Hey y'all, it's me, Miss Panda, and I want to do a reaction video on Solid Sunnyi. I want to discuss her mental state lately. It seems like she's been having a lot of meltdowns. But before we get started, don't forget to hit the like, share, and subscribe to my channel, because doing those things help to push my videos through the YouTube algorithm. So if you're ready, let's get started. Okay? Now, what I want to talk about today is the conversation that Sunnyi had with her mother. Now, Sunnyi had a conversation with her and told her mother that people online be picking with her. She neglected to tell her mother that she be acting a plumb fool on here herself. She cussed out and had beef with almost the whole Atlanta street sector. Now, according to Sunnyi, somebody called down to DFACS, as they call it in Atlanta. Where I'm from, they call it DIFAS. Division of Youth and Family Services, but she's in Atlanta, so they call it DFACS. I don't know what the acronym is. And they called DFACS and they snitched on her. Basically what they allegedly said is that she mistreats her children while she be on YouTube. I guess they feel like she's neglectful. She don't really spend time with them. She's on YouTube all day. She cooks every now and again. Her meals look okay. She don't really have it set up down there for real, but she does the best that she can. She has like a little air fryer that she uses and like a hot plate that she uses to try to prepare meals for them. So she's been kind of trying to do that, but I think it's not for the girls per se. It seems to me like it's more for her content for her channel or whatever. But she's still cooking either way you flip it or whatever. Now, Sunnyi was on the phone with her mother denying these said allegations that was made towards her. I mean, I don't know if you watched the video. Y'all should have seen her Oscar-worthy performance. Her and Marcus is good at crying on cue. I mean, she was boo-hooing and crying and boo-hooing, and everybody was picking with her. I mean, they literally can blink and tears would just start rolling down their faces. Now, she stated that she can barely keep her balance, so how would she be able to beat her kids? Child, I don't know if y'all saw that video when she ran up on, well, I can't say she ran up on her. I mean, excuse my language. I ain't even trying to be funny. That's just how I usually say when somebody fights somebody, they run up on them, but she ain't got no legs. And I ain't even say it to be funny, but it's the truth. She ain't got no legs, so I can't say she ran up on nobody. So let's just say she rolled up on her sister. Okay. Yeah, it was just maybe about a week or two ago. She rolled up on her sister and knocked the sugar honey iced tea out of her. I mean, she binked her. Okay. And it was while she was on camera, on live, mind you. Like this Miss Sunnyi think that she is super untouchable, honey. She just think that she is just untouchable. Maybe because she in a wheelchair or whatever. She looked like Mike Tyson in a wheelchair. Okay. So I'm not understanding how she was strong enough to knock her sister top off, but at the same time too weak to beat her kids. Does that sound right to y'all? It don't sound right to me, because I know what I saw. And if y'all saw the video, because I know she took it down now, but trust and believe, anything that you put up on social media, YouTube especially, she could delete it and archive it all she want to. I guarantee you somebody somewhere got that video screen recorded somewhere in their back pocket. Child, she just don't understand. Now, another thing that she talked about was that she wanted Miss Kiki's boyfriend to die? To die, people. How could you wish death on somebody? Like, what did he do that was that bad? I mean, it's just words. I mean, she go back and forth with people and she be cussing people out. She be cussing people out, and she says whatever she wants to say. And like I said, I feel like maybe it's because she's in a wheelchair that she feels like she can get away with certain things. And I guess she feel like, because she stay in the house most of the time, because you got some people out here that really just don't care. They don't care if you're in a wheelchair or not. They will knock your top off. They have, you Google people running up on people and fighting in wheelchairs on Google or on World Star. I'm telling you, you'll see a whole bunch of fights with people with legs, fully functioning people, had an issue or a beef with people that was mouthing off in a wheelchair, and they ain't care that they was in a wheelchair. They ran up on them anyway. So she better be careful. I just don't see how she feels like it's okay to just wish death on anybody. I don't care if it's an animal or person. It's a lot of people that I don't like, but I wouldn't necessarily say on YouTube or whatever, because a lot of people I don't really know them personally to really have an issue with them for real. But there's a lot of people in this world I just don't like, and regardless of whatever, I wouldn't wish death on them. I just don't want them around me personally, or around my family, or around my kids, if I really just genuinely don't like somebody with a passion. And to add icing on the cake, she also wants somebody to hurt Miss Kiki's daughter, she said. Why would she? That's a whole child. She's a teenager, for crying out loud. That's still a child to me. I don't play when it comes down to kids, because I have two teenagers. I have children, and I don't play about my kids. So me personally, all bets are off. When you got a problem with me, talk about me all you want to, but leave my children alone. I do not play. I will go into gorilla beast mode over my children. Nice and sweet is not what you're going to remember if you bother my children. I don't play them type of games at all. I will get you some kind of way. But anyway, let's continue. I feel like Miss Kiki handled that situation with grace and with class and a lot more dignity than what I would have handled it. But, I respect it, She's really just not really feeding into her anymore. A lot of the things that Sunnyi says about her, she kind of just brushes off, because I think she kind of understands that Sunnyi has some mental issues, and she's being a woman about it. And then another thing that I saw is that she laughed and picked at another content creator's dog for being unalived. Okay. She also fired her moderator, whose name is Ebony, for what she considered to be a two-faced traitor child. Ooh, that Sunnyi is bad, honey. She is bad. Now, according to Sunnyi, her moderator was kicking it in Sheena's chat. Sunnyi somehow got wind of it and kicked her moderator to the curb, took her wrench, and she cussed. She went off on her. She went off, honey. She went off. Yes, she did. Okay, so basically what happened was she considered her moderator, Ebony, an enemy, because her being in that other content creator chat was a form of betrayal to her. I guess because she has some type of issue with Sheena, because she doesn't like some of the truth or some of the things that Sheena be saying about her or whatever. So I guess by her being her moderator, I guess she feels like she's supposed to have some type of allegiance to her and not be over there with her. My thing is, I'm grown. I'm going to go wherever I want to go. Moderator or no moderator. If you ain't paying my bills, nobody on this planet can't tell me where to go if you ain't taking care of me. I'm grown. If I moderate, then I moderate. But whatever I do on my personal time when I'm not moderating for you is none of your business. Okay? She felt that it was a form of betrayal with this said moderator, is because she felt like the moderator participated in talking badly behind Sheena's back with her and another mod. I forgot the guy's name. He's always with her, like on her little chats or whatever, and people be calling him a troll. I can't think of his name right now though. So Sunny's a dictator now, I guess. I think she just thinks she's the queen of YouTube, I guess. Like, YouTube is really, 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 really going to her head. So I guess if you moderate for her, she basically owns you and has the authority to tell you where you can and can't go. Where they do that at? If she gonna do that, she, like I said, she better start paying some bills and buying some food and gas. Is she paying them? I don't think that she's cutting them no money. Then who is she to tell them where they can't go? As long as they ain't talking about her. So what she was talking about? So what? Sunnyi is sick in the head though. Now, I understand that Sunnyi is dealing with a lot of mental and emotional trauma because of her childhood. She didn't really have her biological mother and father in her life while she was growing up. And we really don't know what she experienced growing up with her adopted family either. Now, they seem to only tolerate her because it's like when she's down there, it's like she don't really have no friends. You never really see her going out nowhere. Her sister is, to me, is like the only person, the one that she rolled up on and swung on the other day, is the only one that I see come down there and kick it with her from time to time. But Sunnyi, is her behavior is just so abrasive that she just don't really want to be around her like that. Because it's like every time she's around Sunnyi, it's always an issue. Sunnyi always got to find a way to just ruin everything. You could be vibing, kicking it, drinking, smoking a little blunt, having a good time. And she always got to find a way to just have an attitude about something. Like, nobody don't want to be around that. I don't never see her brother down there, at least not on camera, which he must obviously don't come down there that much, because she be on live for, like, when I say like 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I mean, she be pulling a nursing shift. She work harder than most. I don't want to say work harder, but she be on YouTube longer than a nursing shift. And a lot of nurses be working like 12 to 16 hours a day sometimes. And that's how long she be on YouTube. That's why people be saying she be neglecting her kids, because she doesn't really interact with them. And when she does interact with them, she's always like irritable and snappy and yelling at them, or, talking to them in a manner that's disrespectful. But you could tell that they really don't rock with her like that. I mean, I don't want to call him a stepfather. I'm talking about her adopted father. He don't really come around her that much either. I mean, before, I noticed, like, whenever she would call him and tell him to come do something for her, he would, like, come and do it. Or if she wanted to go somewhere, he would put her in the truck. See, that's the thing. That's why she shouldn't have been mean to Marcus. She should not have been mean to Marcus, because Marcus, if she would have played that right, even if she didn't like him that much and he didn't like her that much, it's a win-win situation. We all know that Marcus kind of was using her a little bit, because he had some issues with some other young ladies, and he kind of needed to take the heat off of himself, by looking like he's this good guy, by going out with an amputee, so he just looks like a good guy, hanging around her. But she didn't play that right. Her attitude is just so unbearable. She could have at least had him to come by the house from time to time and pick her up and, like, take her for a ride or take her out to eat. She's not used to nobody treating her like that. She posted a picture the other day of her baby father, and child, he looked like something that you scraped off the bottom of your shoe. He looks horrifying. Oh my God, child. But like I said, even if, she didn't really like Marcus that much, he did used to take her out. And she could have just went with him and just sat in the truck while he did his little interviews and just been on live like she always do, just to get out of the house and get some air. But because her attitude was so just deplorable, just awful, horrifying, it was a turnoff. You can't treat everybody like that, because a lot of people is not going to want to be bothered with her. She needs to change her attitude. She's very difficult to deal with, and she lashes out at everyone around her. She just seems so miserable. I mean, I really believe that a lot of it is her dealing with her new body, of the fact that she just doesn't have any legs. But then on the other hand, she said that she was already like that. Before the accident, she was already abrasive and terrible and snapping at people and always fighting and this and that. I mean, I could understand why she would be miserable. I would be miserable too if I had to sit in a damp, dark basement all day. Now, I don't know if y'all remember me saying that she needs an aide. She needs, like, a home health aide to come out to the house at about, like, maybe 6 o'clock in the morning to help her with bathing, and, cooking and shopping and running errands. The aide doesn't need to necessarily stay there all day, because Sunnyi is just mostly in the house. As long as she can have somebody to come there in the morning. The reason why I say in the morning, because that way, if she comes at 6, she could put Sunnyi in a shower and help her to bathe. And, Sunnyi can, lay her own wigs. She can, flat iron and brush her own hair and put her own lashes and makeup and stuff on. But she ain't really got to do that every day. She just mostly need help with getting in the tub. I'm not saying she doesn't wash up, but sometimes you need to soak your hoo-hoo. You still got a cavity down there. She still got a, and she's active. So you're going to need to soak your hot pocket in a tub of water with a little bit of, a little bit of apple cider vinegar in there and some bubbles. And then have the aide to help her get dressed and cook some breakfast. And that could benefit the girls too, because she can kind of do a little bit light cleaning responsibilities and kind of, help out around the house a little bit more. Because, child, that house is filthy. Did y'all see that carpet? That carpet could use a good, thorough, deep cleaning because it was filthy. And then she had the nerve to have them girls picking up stuff with their hands. Ew, 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 ew. But I feel like if she did get an aide, she would have to have an aide that can be gentle and understanding and have empathy for her situation and her circumstances, but be stern enough when needed. Because Sunnyi has such a abrasive personality, she can't have somebody that's too soft, because then Sunnyi is going to run over them, literally with her wheelchair. Like, she's going to verbally run over them. She needs somebody that's going to stand up to her, because she's a lot to deal with. I remember her mentioning that her adopted father was a military veteran. I'm wondering if he could use his veteran benefits to help to get her a wheelchair accessible ramp attached to the house. Because them people in the military, that's in the Army, Navy, all of them, they get very, very good benefits while they're in the military, on active duty, and when they retire. And at the age that he is, I would assume that he, had an honorable discharge. Because if it's dishonorable, obviously all your benefits go away. But I'm sure he probably retired in good standing. To see if even if they won't, if the Army or the military won't, because I don't know what branch he was in, to see if they could direct him to some resources that could be a little bit more helpful to her. She needs a wheelchair accessible van, where they have the hand controls, so that she could be a little bit more independent, that has like a ramp that she could just, roll her wheelchair up and then just lock it in place some kind of way and just drive, because she uses her right hand. Her left hand is immobile. So that way she can use hand controls and, just go where she needs to go on her own sometime. And she needs a stair lift so that she can go up and down the stairs. But child, they don't like her, so they probably don't really want her upstairs anyway. Because child, on one of her lives, she said that her father didn't want her wheelchair upstairs because it was going to ruin the floors. Ain't that some mess? He just don't want her up there, child, because she get on his nerves. That's what it sounds like to me. Because, honey, there's things that you could put down on the floor so it won't mess it up. He just don't want her up there. Let's just say that. It seemed like they want to keep her behind downstairs in that cave that they call a basement. I thought that Marcus was supposed to be helping her get a new wheelchair. That's what I thought. He even said it on one of his lives that in April she's supposed to be getting it, but I don't know if they're not really on good terms like that anymore. So I don't know if that's even still going to happen, but we still going to keep our eyes peeled open to see. I doubt it though. He ain't thinking nothing about her. If she was smart, she would have got her wheelchair first and then cussed him out and got rid of him. She don't make no sense. Sunnyi has to do a little bit more to make life better for her and those beautiful girls. I mean, I know the situation is messed up, but her sitting on YouTube all day, smoking, drinking, and drugging is not going to change nothing. After she come down off her high, all the problems that she was trying to avoid is still there. So she gonna have to just deal with it. And she needs some therapy too. And girl, you gotta stop letting all these random men in your house around you and your kids. You don't know what type of stuff these people be on. That's kind of dangerous. You don't really know what people's intentions are. She has a lot of enemies on social media. Suppose one of those people that she made mad sent one of these men to act like they, like her, act like they're gonna come there with some weed, because she like to smoke and drink. And then, they do something. She better be careful. What is wrong with her? Everybody knows that Sunnyi's weakness is being desired by men. She want to feel like she's still desirable, like she's still that same chick that she was before she got into her accident. So she's basically defenseless because she only has one working limb. She could talk tough all she want to, but she's not going to be able to do nothing against no big grown man. Okay? And she got to stop smoking and drinking with everybody. You don't know if he put something in, people do dirty things. They be putting fentanyl and stuff. You don't know if they can put something in your drink. She just be wanting to get high and she don't care where it come from. She has to be a little bit more selective. My mother always told me, you really shouldn't smoke and drink, but if you're going to smoke and drink, you can't smoke and drink with everybody because everybody don't smoke and drink like you. And I didn't understand what she meant by that. But not everybody just smokes straight weed. Sometimes they lace it with stuff, you know? Some people lace their weed and they ain't always going to tell you. There was a girl that I went to school with. She was popular. I don't want to say her name, but she was popular. She was really pretty. All the girls wanted to be like her. I mean, like from the outside looking in, I don't know what went on behind closed doors because I didn't know her like that. But she had a mother and father, and that was very, very rare where I grew up at, because I grew up in a hood. So it was rare to have a mom and a dad in the same household like that. It's most people just grew up with their moms. Their dad wasn't around, or they had a stepfather or whatever. But she had a mom and a biological mom and biological dad. She had siblings. All of them was like dressed really nice. She kept her hair done. She was on a cheerleading squad. All the boys liked her. She was popular. All the girls either envied her, or they wanted to be like her, or they wanted to be her friend. So long story short, we graduated from high school and everything. And this was like years later. I seen her. I think I had to be like maybe in my early 20s. And I seen her, and she was literally walking up and down the street talking to herself, and just, she didn't look like herself. I could not believe. So I seen somebody that, a mutual person that we knows both of us. And I was like, well, what happened to what's her name? Well, we just going to call her. What happened to Jenny? We going to call her Jenny. Well, what happened to Jenny? That was just like, all I know is she went to a party and somebody slipped her something, and she ain't been the same since. She never recovered from it. I was like, well, what did they give her? They were like, I don't know. She just ain't never been the same. To this day, I don't know what they gave her. That's why I said you got to be careful about who you smoke and drink with. You cannot trust everybody. Everybody doesn't have your good intentions for you. So some people will envy you, or even if they don't like you, you got to be careful. Okay? Now let's talk about Sunnyi's The Lies video. She cussed out her mod, Ebony, for being over in Sheena's chat. Like I said, she went off. I would never in my life ever trust Sunnyi in my life with any information. She puts whatever information you tell her on blast when she gets mad at you. I wouldn't give her my phone number. I wouldn't give her my address. I wouldn't give her my email address. I wouldn't even give her my Cash App. I wouldn't want her knowing nothing about me. Okay? She will definitely expose you. She's grimy and low down like that. I feel like she should take a little break from YouTube to regroup for a little while. Because it seemed like it's really getting to her mentally. She act like she's strong, but I don't know. She don't seem like she can take it. And being on live all day and being stuck in the house all day can be boring. Doing the same thing over and over and over. It's monotonous and boring. You got to get outside the house and get some vitamin D from the sun and some fresh air. That's why she need an aide. Instead of her staying on live, she need to see if she can call some different agencies. That's what Marcus should have done. Since he wants to interview people. That's what I thought when he went there to go interview her, that he was going to give her some resources. But, he gave himself some resources. And, he wanted some of her, her. Y'all know what he wanted from her. Got that, and he don't want to be bothered no more. He don't like her attitude. I wonder if she can get a work from home job. On one of her lives, she cussed out somebody from her family because they didn't answer their phone fast enough for her. To keep it real, I think they be ignoring her. And far as a work from home job, knowing her attention span and her patience level, she might not be able to do a work from home job. Now that I think about it, because she just don't have the vocabulary or the vernacular or the temperament to be able to do customer service on, over the phone or whatever. So that might not be such a good idea. She wanted to go to the post office and she wanted to go run some other errands. And they told her to try to do it online. They basically told her, long story short, they didn't want to be bothered with her behind. So she got mad about it. She could have called Marcus and asked Marcus to take her, but Marcus is done with her for real, for real. I think he really done. I thought he was just mad at first. and just needed like some space from her, like a breather. And I thought, eventually maybe he might come around, but just not as much, and slowly wean himself off. He like cut her off immediately. Like, he ain't waste no time. He don't want to be bothered. He don't pop up in her lives no more. Nothing. Remember, he used to drop down in her lives. He don't even do that no more. Like, Another thing that Sunnyi was upset about was that the content creators were discussing that Lolly, I think her name is Lolly, one of Marcus's interviewees, the Lewis and Lolly type situation, allegedly, she's supposed to be missing. They said that allegedly nobody has seen or heard from her, and I pray that she's okay. I mean, I don't like I said, I don't know her personally, but I do have empathy, because she is, homeless, and she's like out there, and she doesn't have Lewis anymore, regardless of whatever. I think Lewis genuinely cared about her, even though they went through their ups and downs. But she should just dog him out. But that doesn't matter. That's neither here nor there. I hope they do find her. But now getting back to her the lies video, I would love to share a little clip of this video, but unfortunately I can't because Sunnyi was cussing like a sailor in heat, child. But basically, Sunnyi went into a little bit more detail about what went down between her and her moderator and her feelings about it. She addressed the fact that some people had an issue with how she spoke to her mom on the phone that day when she was boo-hooing on the phone. I mean, she was just a crying child. I mean, snot rolling down her nose, and she was crying like a baby. It was a sight to be seen. Now, Sunnyi feels like she can talk to her mother how she does because a lot of people was giving her heat and saying that Sunnyi is disrespectful because she was cursing, she wasn't cursing at her mother per se, but she was just cursing while she was talking to her mother. I mean, she was letting the cuss words go. And a lot of people, were making videos about it saying that she was disrespectful and so forth and so on. So she felt a certain type of way, and she felt like she could talk to her mother the way that she does because her mother didn't raise her. I mean, she never stated why her mother didn't raise her. Maybe one day, she may share that with us or whatever, but I don't know why they didn't raise her. She was also mad that people went back and told what her mother's real name is. If I'm not mistaken, I think on the live, I think she might have said her mother's name. She could have muted that. So she's partially responsible for that. My thing is, if she didn't want anybody to know her mama name, then why did she say it on YouTube where people can hear it? You know how people are, and she knows she got issues with people. She knows she got enemies. People can't tell what they don't know. So, meaning, if she didn't tell us, they would know. You can't talk about it. Even if she deletes the video, I'm sure she probably did. Because I tried to look for the video. I don't think she has it. But because she said a lot of things on that video that shouldn't have been said on live. I think that was a private conversation that should have been had between her and her mother off camera and off live. But because Sunnyi is such an she's attention seeking, that she couldn't even get off live just to have a private conversation with her mother. That had to be broadcasted too. And then she gets mad when people talk about her, but you broadcast everything. She needs to learn how to edit if she gonna do stuff like that. She could have had that conversation if she, maybe when she gets off YouTube, she could just learn how to edit a little bit. So, I don't know. She seems to have a problem with people talking about her in their videos. Honey, she got to charge that to the game. It is what it is with that. That's just how the game go when you on YouTube or social media, period. A lot of the heat in the beginning, when she first came on YouTube, like after her initial interview, when Marcus went to her house to interview her, and then, her channel was, her YouTube channel was only like about 400 or something people, and then she got with Marcus and it kind of blew up and people started talking about her. But initially people wasn't like talking about her like in a bashing bad way. Their problems and their issues that they had, a lot of the heat was being directed at Marcus. But she decided to jump into the line of fire by going after any content creator that had anything negative to say about Marcus. So basically she became his Cape Crusader because they were dating and she just jumped in. I don't know if he told her to do that. Maybe he promised her things. I don't know. But she jumped in and she was just defending him left and right. So the heat got turned on to her because a lot of people didn't like her attitude and what was being said, and she was being nasty to them. I saw a lot of their videos where they explained time and time again that they didn't have a problem with her. Now, this wasn't, I mean, obviously they got a problem with her now. They got a problem with her now because they see how nasty she is, how she be talking about them, how she be coming at them. So, of course, they're going to have a problem with her now. But she, in spite of the fact that they explained to her over and over and over again that they didn't have a problem with her, she still kept going on these rage-fueled tangents, cursing them out and talking badly about them and their kids and whoever else she could talk about, their animals, their pets, dogs, cats, everything. She just was going off on everybody. This miserable person. Drop down in the comment section and share your thoughts with me about Sunnyi's erratic behavior. Please hit the like button, share, and subscribe. Thank you for listening and thank you for rocking with me. I really appreciate your support. I love all of you and be blessed.